Hey America, this your host Rico Dukes for They Feel Truth Show. I'm also the son of UP Newton, which y'all already know. I gotta give a shout out to him every time because I ain't get a chance to meet him in my life. But he is my father. But before we start this show, I want y'all to check out my RCDHPN clothing and shoe line. I want y'all to also check out my social media platform, They Feel Truth social media. If you're fed up with Facebook speech restrictions and blocks, then try They Feel Truth social media. It's available on the Play Store, Android, iPhone, everything. So check it out. But today's topic and show gonna be about the right or wrong method that it takes to discipline a child or to get that child to mind or pay attention. Now, it ain't gonna be a long show, but it's gonna be a few minutes long because I just want to touch bases on that there, because I hear a lot of people saying what is the correct method, what is the wrong method. There is no such thing as a correct method to raise a child or to get a child to pay attention or to mind. The only incorrect method is if your method involves the hospitalization of a child, or broken bones of a child, or deep lacerations to where the child has to get stitches or staples or something, then that was not a correct method in any form. What is a correct method then, Rico? A correct method is any method that it took to reach that child, to get that child to mind or pay attention. So if you had to whoop that child ass with a belt and then that child started to mind and pay attention, then that was the correct method. If you had to take all that child devices away to get that child to mind, pay attention, then that was the correct method. If you had to stop that child from going outside for 3 months, 6 months, to where they couldn't see no outside, then that was the correct method. Don't let a system tell you what is the correct method into getting your child to mind you or getting your child to pay attention or whatever the case may be. Because that same system will get your child and beat your child. Put your child in the hospital and all this until that child mind you. Till that child mind them, not you, till that child mind them. So, but this same system will tell you that you can't whoop your child. This is what the system will tell you. You can't whoop your child. Or this is what they'll try to tell you. But remember, no government system has any power in that situation. Now, they only have the power because you give it to them. But that's on another topic. But there is no correct method to get a child to mind or to get them to be disciplined or obey or pay attention. Because reason why there's not a correct method, because every child is different. You might have 3 children, and one of your children, it might take an ass whooping to get them to pay attention. One of your children, it might take all the devices from them before they pay attention. The other child, it might take an ass whooping and to take all the devices from them to get them to pay attention. So each one of those children calls for a different method. So there is no correct method to get your child to pay attention. The only correct method, put it this way, it is a correct method. The correct method is whatever it took to get your child to pay attention that didn't involve hospitalization, lacerations, or broken bones. You can't even use a bruise. People will say, well, if you bruise a child, that's not great. You can take your hand and pop your child on the hand or the arm. Some children may bruise, some may not. That means that there was child abuse. That means that was the incorrect method. No, that just means that the child bruised easy. So, whatever method you need to use to get your child to pay attention, mind, obey, use that method, as long as it don't consider a hospitalization of the child. You raise your children or this sick, evil, satanic ass system will. I'm your host, Rico Dukes, for They Feel Truth Show. And as always, I'm always delighted in giving y'all education and knowledge. I'm out of here until the next time. Peace. They Feel Truth.